Okay guys, I think we're opening up a new can of worms, and we are opening a couple of things from Hermes. What is happening? What is happening to me? Okay, it's a first time for me. Everybody has a first time for something. Today is my first time with Hermes, okay? Don't get too excited. I didn't get a handbag, and you know, we're gonna get a little bit into that and the seed that has been planted. I will say that I've always loved Hermes scarves, okay? If you've seen any of my previous videos, you know I have a love affair with scarves. I have a video on how to style different scarves, which I will link here if you're interested in seeing that. So that's nothing new for me, and I'm not surprised that I eventually got there. Let's just get to it. Okay, so the first thing I got is really small. There's like really cute notebooks that I might collect, you know, whether they be Hello Kitty or just really pretty prints from Harrods or Dior. Like, I do have a handful of notebooks that I like to collect, but I do have oh my God, what happened here? Oh my gosh, what happened here? There's like a mark here. Okay, but I do have a Louis Vuitton, a desk agenda, and so I do put I have like a Hello Kitty notebook in here. I have a Louis Vuitton notebook in here and some papers and whatever. So I do use this quite a bit. And I thought, oh, well, when that runs out, I might replace it with a notebook from Hermes. So it's just a simple notebook, nothing special, but it is lined paper. So I thought that might be kind of fun to just add to my notebook collection. So the notebook just came in this box, and that's that. So it's a smaller piece and just dipping my toes. Okay, so the next thing I got is this, and this, full disclosure, this was a Christmas gift for my husband. So I'm super grateful and just really excited. I did pick it out myself because when I was in New York, I did try it on, and it was my first time ever in a Hermes boutique. I've never really had a reason to go in there, and truth be told, I don't know, I just never really wanted to deal with like the snootiness or perceived snootiness that I would expect to get in walking into an Hermes store. And plus, you can't buy any handbags there anyway, so what's the point? So I never walked into one. Anyway, when I was in New York, I saw this scarf, and it is part of their Jungle Love collection, which I think, as they explained it to me, was part of their regular collection, and I think the prints just changed. But the print that I got is this beautiful silk scarf, and because I love a wildcat, this is what I got. This is the cheetah print. It's called Jungle Love. It's got all these beautiful colors that really speak to me, and this is how it looks. So this is a 90 by 90 centimeter scarf. It's quite thick of a scarf for silk, I will say that. So I'm very impressed with that. And it says Jungle Love here. And then it says Hermes Paris on the bottom here. But I just love all the colors in here. It really, really speaks to me and my style. And there's just so many different ways that you can wear a scarf, and so I love the versatility of it. But one of the ways that I really love wearing it, especially in the winter, I roll it up and I put it around my neck under a sweater, and it looks like a collar. The burst of color that pops out when I do that makes such a statement in such a subtle way, if that makes any sense. And the reason I got the idea of wearing it that way in the winter, at least, there's a YouTube channel called Starlink who does a lot of like street style videos, and I love his videos because he does it so artistically, but he typically does a lot of videos in like New York or in Paris. He just stops strangers on the street who have cool outfits. Anyway, there was like this 85-year-old man who was wearing this all green outfit, and it was so cute and he was so stylish, but he wore a little peak of a scarf underneath his crew neck sweater. And it was so chic. It was so subtle, but it was so statement, and it was so chic. And I was like, ooh, that's what I'm going to do too. So I'm gonna throw a picture of what he looked like and how I also styled it, just to give you an idea about how it looks. But I love this scarf. There's so many ways to wear this. I love the color story on it. And so that is my first thing from Hermes. And so after I got this scarf, I was just like, I think like the bug kind of took hold of me. And again, I've been eyeing this, and I think a seed has been planted a long time ago just from seeing it a lot. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna pull the trigger and do it. So what I got in this box, and this was bought online. Actually, all these things are bought online. I got the Kelly belt in the gold color, and it's so cute because they come in these little mittens. Both ends come in these little mittens to protect the hardware, but I got it in the gold color because I was between the black and the gold. And in the end, I went with the gold because I felt like it was a little bit less harsh, a little bit softer. So I could wear it with a white dress. I could also wear it with denim jeans. I could wear it with white trousers, whatever. So I just felt like it went more with more outfits. And so if you're gonna spend the money and make the investment on a piece that is gonna last you for a long time and have the most versatility, I felt like this was the right color for me. I went with the gold hardware instead of the palladium or the rose gold. And I love the fact that this is a one size fits most. It means that there's no holes to punch, and you simply adjust the belt size to your hips or waist based on adjusting these things in the back. And that makes it for such a cleaner look and so much more versatile because you don't have to worry about fluctuating sizes if you gain weight, if you lose weight, or if you want to wear it on your waist or your hips and worry about different sizing and punching more holes in to accommodate. I also really love the white stitching because that's like a really nice contrast. But this color gold is so classic. It goes against so many different outfits. That buckle is so classic and just so simple, but such a statement with the shiny gold, which I really love. So has this planted a seed for me for like a Birkin or Kelly or Constance or any of those quota bags? Potentially. I'll say never say never. However, I will say that the fact that it's so hard to get is a barrier to entry, but also I'm just not willing to play the game. I really, I know some people, you're either in the game and you sign up for that to do the pre-spend, or you're not willing to and you'll just go to a dealer or buy it on the secondary market. I have nothing against, of course, buying it from a dealer or a secondary market, but I will say I'm not paying the premium on that to get the bag either because they're so bloody expensive. So I won't do that. I would honestly, if I was in Paris, I would probably play the lottery game to get an appointment. And if I got an appointment, then great. If I didn't, I'm not gonna cry about it. So I don't feel strongly one way or another, but if I got one, it would have to be a Birkin, and it would have to be a Birkin 30. And the reason I say that is because when I went to do the video with my friend Jennifer at her apartment in New York, I'll link the video above here if you haven't seen it. It's her entire Hermes collection. It really did plant a seed for me, and I was like, ooh, I really love the Birkin 30. That's the one that really spoke to me. Do I need a Birkin 30? No. And to be honest, like I don't feel passionately enough to pursue it is basically where I'm at. Now, could that change over time? Possibly, but again, what I am firm about is I'm not playing the pre-spend game, and I'm not engaging in that. So I'm not gonna go into the store to be like, oh, what else can I buy with like any of their kitchenware or homewares or any of that stuff. I'm not spending money for the sake of it. It's just that to me is not worth it, and I refuse to play that game. That is just me, and that's no disrespect to others who prefer to play the game. I totally get it, and more power to you. So there's no shame in that. I know that it's a very divisive topic. But on the topic of Hermes and Birkins and things like that, I know the whole Walmart thing, Hermes WIRKIN bag, has really come to play recently with all the TikToks and whatever. I don't have TikTok, but I know it's happening. That being said, what are my thoughts on the controversy around the dupe version of the Birkin versus the actual Birkin? Listen, I think fashion houses have been doing it since the beginning of time. Silhouettes are borrowed all the time, and the Chanel Classic flap is a perfect example. There are so many dupes of the Chanel Classic flap that are flooding not only like the shady websites, but also legit websites sold at regular high street stores that we all shop at. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And if you appreciate the silhouette of a bag, then you appreciate the silhouette of a bag. Then you like that style, and there's nothing wrong with that. And it's not trademarked. It's not pretending to be an Hermes Birkin by printing that branding on that Walmart WIRKIN bag. And I think there's a difference between a dupe and a replica. And I have to be clear in saying I don't endorse replicas, but I think there's nothing wrong with dupes, because silhouettes are copied, borrowed, inspired, whatever you want to call it, all the time in fashion. And that's not just handbags. That goes with so many different things, not only in fashion, but in like manufacturing in general. So I just don't think that there's anything wrong with it. And I will say though that if you're buying something to pretend to be a Birkin or pretend to be a certain brand or a certain thing, or to pretend to live a certain type of way or present yourself in a certain type of lifestyle that's not true to you, then I personally think that's kind of lame. I think that you buy things because you love it, because you appreciate the aesthetics of it, because you appreciate the functionality of it, because you really like it in your soul. And that's what's really important to me, is that you like it. So it doesn't really matter what price point it is. It's that if you like something or if you love something, then there's nothing wrong with getting it. And if people who actually have the real Birkin, or people are upset that people can buy things, that a bag that looks like a Birkin from Walmart, and they're all upset about it, I mean, I really think that says more about them than anything else. I think that really probably hurts their ego a little bit, because now it's supposedly accessible to other people that can't afford it. So that to me feels very classist, and I don't agree with that. But listen, fashion is for everyone, and I think that it should be available at all price points. And that's really the bottom line of what I'm trying to say here in a long-winded fashion. So let me know your thoughts on that. I know it's a hot topic. Some people feel real strongly one way or another for whatever reason. And let's respectfully share your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about my purchases. Am I spiraling into a black hole of Hermes? I'd like to say no, but there is a seed that has been planted. So do I love the Birkin? I love the Birkin. I do. I love the Birkin more than I thought, but do I need it? The answer is no. So there you have it. This is my first Hermes video. I really do love these. These really do speak to me, and I am really grateful that I have them. So share with me your thoughts on these pieces. Let me know what you think about the WIRKIN and all the good stuff. And thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you would hit the thumbs up. That really helps my small channel out. And if you enjoyed this video, then go check out some of my other videos here, and I will see you next time.